Hello and welcome back to my channel, Alpha Trends. Today in this video, I'll be telling you about how Sylvester Stallone spent $400 million. So let's start the video. Sylvester Stallone is an American actor, director, screenwriter, and producer. After his humble beginnings as a struggling actor for a number of years upon arriving in New York City in 1969, a year later in Hollywood, in 1974, he won his first critical acclaim as an actor for his co-starring role as Stanley Rosillo in The Lords of Flatbush. Sylvester Stallone, from $106 in the bank and a baby on the way to more than $4 billion in global box office revenue, Sylvester Stallone epitomizes the notion of rags to riches. After rising to the top of Hollywood with an almighty roar, the action star now boasts a sizzling net worth of $400 million. He's not afraid to spend it on sprawling mansions, luxury cars, and bikes around the world trips, and private jets, or even his own statue. This guy has cash flowing out of his ears. That being said, Sly's bank balance still falls around 40 million bucks, shy of Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp and 70 million shies of Forrest Gump himself, Tom Hanks. His list of box office smashes, of course, and that list is extensive. Stallone collected $7 million for the 1982 American thriller First Blood, received a $16 million paycheck for his role in Rambo 3, and netted a cool $15 million for The Expendables 3 more recently back in 2014. The turning point, of course, came in the form of screenplay. He'd written about an aspiring boxer in Philadelphia. You know, the one, Rocky. His upfront salary for the classic 1976 film was a mere $23,000, but the film was a monstrous success, ranking in more than $225 million at the box office. Hey Adrian, we did it! Yeah! Sorry, that was a terrible Rocky impression. Clearly, this is a postcode reserved for the rich. Considering that it's worth nearly 10 million bucks, you'd expect nothing less among the long list of highlights. The cliffside pool offers remarkable views of the Los Angeles basin, and the 3,000 square foot guest house is bigger than most entire properties. His love for cars is second to none clearly, but Stallone also adores his motorcycles. Does anyone remember that? Yellow Harley from Rocky 3? Well, it turns out that the bike appropriately dubbed the Italian Stallion, Rocky Balboa Harley-Davidson motorcycle, is for sale. It can reach up to $250,000, and you can bet your bottom dollar that one of them sits under Sly's roof, with all these cars carrying exceptional value. He definitely does in the 90s. Most of the movie star's time was spent living in the neoclassical style villa overlooking Biscayne Bay in Miami, spread across 14 acres of land. There was more than enough room for Sly, his wife Jennifer, and the rest of the family to kick back and relax. It goes without saying that the Academy Award nominee has no hesitation shelling out the big bucks for a nice house or two, but that doesn't mean he's only spending with himself in mind. As someone with a rough upbringing, as someone who's done the hard yards, Stallone is well aware of the importance of giving back to the community and lending a helping hand to those in need. The actor auctioned off thousands of dollars worth of original Rocky props, raised a total of $100,000 for the Canadian Diabetes Association, and has donated what's potentially climbed into millions to organizations such as the Pediatric Epilepsy Project and the Action Hero. Isn't all about giving away money in order to help maintain and grow his wealth? Stallone has branched out into business and investing, case in point, creating and owning a clothing line, which was inspired by both Rambo and Rocky. Would you wear something like this back in 1991? He, alongside of Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Demi Moore, helped to launch the restaurant chain Planet Hollywood. However, he also attempted to create his very own pudding empire. His company, which was called Instone, produced a pudding snack that advertised itself as low in carbs, high in protein, and downright delicious. Unfortunately, a bitter legal dispute with a food scientist over the rights to the formula dragged on for years, eventually forcing Instone to close its doors, overshadowing these unique ventures, though, is Stallone's most successful investment practice, producing films. His production company, Balbo Productions, is responsible for money-making feature-length films like Rambo, Last Blood, and Samaritan, among a bunch of additional projects. Investing in donating is all well and good, but what's the use of being stinking rich if you can't spoil yourself with a touch of luxury every now and then? We know that the actor is an avid art collector, but what's lesser known as the fact that he absolutely loves to spoil himself on over-the-top, super expensive watches. Sly's Risk Piece collection consists of a $20,000 yellow gold Rolex Submariner with a black dial and an 18-karat white gold Rolex GMT Master to Pepsi worth about $7,500 in its own right. The watch features a sparkling combination of diamonds, sapphires, and rubies to form that iconic Pepsi color scheme. Then there's the $4,500 IWC Pilot, the $10,000 Rolex Seed Weller, and plenty of Panorama pieces. The timeless actor also isn't afraid to fork out the big bucks on luxury travel. As part of his pay for Rambo 3, Sylvester asked for a Gulfstream jet worth $12 million. And guess what? He got one. If he's not flying in a private jet, he's cruising around on the exclusive yachts in places like the south of France on leisurely family holidays. Jealous, yet planes, watches, cars, and hours. That's all cool, but nothing quite screams luxury like a life-size statue of yourself. If you enjoyed this video and would you like to watch more of our videos, then leave a like, and if you are new, then subscribe. I will see you all next time.